Talmor, Shishin Magachi. Talmor is my home. My family have worked the land for generations. My gran says the island does not belong to us, but we belong to the island. And we must be ready, for a great evil is coming, and death follows with it.
Listen and subscribe to the latest season of Undertow, The Harrowing, a Storyglass production presented by Realm, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And now, stop me if you've heard this before on the Toddcast podcast.
If you follow MMA, you'll likely know Denise Kielholtz from fighting as a flyweight with Bellator MMA. She's been with them since 2016, currently number 7 in the pound-for-pound ranking, number 3 in the flyweight ranking, which, when you hear the full conversation, you'll know is incredible because she almost didn't continue with pro fighting after her first loss. Her first fight was a loss by submission back in October 2015. Denise is one of the best in the game. She's based out of Amsterdam, and when she jumped on a Zoom with us, we talked about family, how paramount her dad was in her having success, the pandemic, the lockdown, dealing with COVID. Of course, that came up. So did music. We talked about salsa, Latin, and Dutch. She talked about how much tape she would watch of an opponent prior to fighting them. Social media, how that's changed the game. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp. Perseverance, determination came up. And stop me if you've heard this before. Denise talked about when you should enroll kids in MMA.
I think that, especially judo, I think that martial arts is really important for every child, because it's not that you have to become a fighter, but about your self-aware. Martial arts really learns you how to respect others, how to develop yourself, how to make you stronger, give you confidence. And I think there is no other sport that can build that points in your mind. And I think as a child, for every child in the whole world, it's really important that you have the self-aware, that you can defend yourself, and you have the confidence to do something with your own power. Power is in your heart, in yourself, and not with weapons or with guns or something, but you have power. You have the power in yourself, and that's on your own body. And I think if you learn children that, they're self-aware and the respect for others, because that's also something important in martial art, that you learn to respect others. And I think if every child, I think with judo, you can start with 4 years. And if you just learn at 4 years old and you can already learn, all the self-aware, that I think you can have a whole nother humankind. If every man or every woman or what else just know about martial arts, it's going to be a whole different world then.
Stop Me If You've Heard This Before on the Toddcast podcast is powered by FKP MMA, Vancouver's #1 training destination at fkpmma.com.
Hey there, it's Rachel Ballinger, and I am extremely excited to invite you to Rachel Uncensored. It's my podcast where I sit down and get real with my friends and celebrity guests, where we talk about all sorts of topics. And sometimes we might be under the influence when we do so. We cover things from personal stories to hot-button issues. And it's the only place on the internet you can find an uncensored version of me. It's a side of me that you might not have seen before because it's not the most family or brand friendly. But don't worry, I'm still sort of slightly a decent human being. If you're intrigued, then make sure you check it out. New episodes drop every Wednesday. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on the fun and candid conversations we have here on Rachel Uncensored.